Hey love bugs in cyber world, welcome to yet another fabulous episode of season 5. So today we're back, honey. Last week I was keeping up with the Carrera, so there was no girl talk, but we're coming back this week, honey, with girl talk with my co-host Sir Leo Brown. So girl, we got some stuff for you, honey. Some juicy girl talk, honey. So that's coming up. And then on today's show, I will be phoned in Robert Garcia, who is a gendered fluent artist. His first music video hit the internet and took it by storm. So we're going to be catching up with him and seeing what's been going on since the release of his single and all that good stuff. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Young, wild, and free. We don't care what you think. We're more than you see. And we believe there's nothing we can't be. You're young, wild, and free. We don't care what you think. And we believe there's nothing we can't be. There's nothing we can't be. We believe there's nothing.
Okay, so it's Girl Talk. It's one of my favorite segments of the show. And joining me, honey, on the phone, we have the fabulous psychic Leo Brown. Hey, girl, a boy, sir.
Hey, kitty girl.
How are you? How's it been? I know last week we had took a break and, busy schedules and me being out on the field, girl. So what do we got going on and what's juicy for us to, chitty chat about today?
Well, first, we have to talk about your girlfriend and friend to the show and mine, Miss Caitlyn Jenner, honey. We're going to talk about her and her back and forth political stances. Girlfriend just doesn't know what she wants to do. She's just too confused for the news, okay?
Well, listen, she was like that with her transition, honey. She was one day wanted to be Bruce, one day she wanted to be Caitlyn. But yeah, I think politics is not her thing. But so spill the tea, honey. What is it?
Well, first, she was all about Mr. Ted Cruz, and now she's on the Trump train, with Mr. Donald, and she's been coming for Hillary, saying that Hillary doesn't understand women's issues. But per last week, we see a picture of her with her and her squirrel friends, and who's in the picture along with her? Miss Hillary Clinton.
Well,
so we don't know what's going on with Miss Caitlyn.
I think Miss Caitlyn, look, she needs to stay out of politics, honey. Congratulations on, I guess season 2 premiered. It had its all-time lowest ratings, and she's getting heat and backlash for that. But listen, it's a phase. It's gonna pass. I love you, Caitlyn. I think you're doing a tremendous amount of things for the trans community. But politics isn't one of them. And if you're following Donald Trump, I'm definitely not, any more of a Caitlyn fan, honey, because he's just a mess. I mean, did you see what's going on with all the riots? And I just feel like
of the Trump train, honey. The Trump train, I feel, is going to end up being derailed because of all the anti-Trump protests that's been going on.
Right, and I think he's promoting hate.
Protests he's having.
He's promoting hate. He's promoting something that America is not.
Right.
I get he has enough money that he can play around with and do as he chooses. But honey, running the president's office and being in the Oval Office is a serious thing, honey. And I just personally don't think that Trump is capable. Out of all the candidates that are running, I'm not a big political individual. I think that Hillary is probably one of the most capable to run the office because she's been the First Lady, she's been the Secretary of State, and she has, a long legacy of political background. And I think as a Democrat that to have another one in office would be what we need. We don't need another Republican personally, and again, who am I to say what's going to happen? I just know the way that Trump is campaigning on his little hate thing is not cute.
I agree with that. I also think that he's not only promoting hate, I think he's also promoting fear.
Right.
And anger. And I think really, let's be honest, a lot of us, both liberal and conservative people or mixed, a lot of us are fearful and a lot of us are angry and a lot of us are fed up with what's been going on in the world. right?
Right.
But, you know, hey, that's why you go to the polls. So I encourage every one of my GLBT friends, GLBTQA, whatever, honey, get out to the polls this November and vote. And vote, more importantly, for your midterm elections, too, because those are the senators and the people in Congress that get laws passed.
Right.
So,
and I
vote, honey. Do what you need to do.
And I agree with Leo. Go vote, because voting is what's going to help or not help America, depending if you don't go vote and you want to be lazy. And I know a lot of minorities don't vote. Me coming from a Latino background, I'm not a big voter. All my Latinos out there, vote, because if Donald Trump gets in the office, he's already talking about what he's going to do with the deportation and the immigration laws and all this other stuff, which, you know, is a whole nother topic within a topic, so I'm not going to get into that. But I just want to encourage as well, not only the LGBT community, but the Latino community in general. The minority is the majority of the USA now. So if we stand together, we can make history for a second time happen. We can have the first female president in the office, and to me, and in my personal opinion, she is the most qualified to run the office. So I think we can all come together and make that happen for a second time. Obama was the first black. I think she could be the first woman, and rightfully so. I think Hillary would be it.
And, you know, and I agree. And I think Hillary, you know, they say that Hillary's a bit of a flip-flopper and a bit of a ball buster, but let's be real, she's a politician.
Hello.
Like every one of the politicians are out there right now.
Hello.
Doing what she has to do to get the vote.
Hello. Hello. So what else is trending, honey? What else is out there juicy?
Oh my goodness. And you know, I hate to be another bearer of bad news, but have you not heard, honey, about what's going on in Atlanta, Georgia? I'm gonna go a little deep south for y'all. I'm originally a Southern boy myself, so just hit close to home. So apparently in Atlanta, there was a couple who they were in their bed, peacefully sleeping, and apparently the stepfather of the particular son didn't like the couple very much, in the fact that they were gay. So he decided to pour boiling hot water on them.
Oh my God!
Right now, yes, and right now they are facing a lot of hospital and medical bills, of course, and not only that, but second and third degree burns. There's been a GoFundMe dedicated to them, which has raised over $30,000 in, I think, 3 weeks. And it's been all over the news, including the Advocate and everything else.
Oh, can you?
Quite a thing.
Can you? I haven't heard about that story, so I just can't really comment on it. I've been quite busy, but can you send that over to me? Because I definitely want to make a contribution. And listen, that is horrible. I've seen a lot of that hate crime, and you know, just because. Not coming from a parent, more so parents normally disown, but to do something like that is definitely horrendous. And you know what? And what really kills me, America, is that we have to make a decision, and our decisions is what's going to change our lives. So you're going to have repercussions for what you just did. And not only is that your son, you also injured or could have killed another individual.
Right, correct. Well, right now, the person who perpetrated the crime, they're now in jail for aggravated battery because, unfortunately, you know, a lot of us don't know this, but unfortunately, Georgia does not have a hate crime law. So there's no protection against gays, lesbians, transgender, anyone. And even though Atlanta is a black gay mecca, or so they say it is,
right?
You know, there's no protection for people like us. So just wanted to let everybody know that that's what's going on right now. That's what's trending in the news, honey.
Anything else, honey?
Yeah. Yes, because next week we will have plenty of tea. And of course, you know, this weekend is the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, honey, with Miss Kim Victoria Fields on it, and she is going to snap off. Apparently, based on the preview, honey, she is not taking any of Miss Kenya Moore's mess, and that's going to be a sight to see. So we'll be talking about that next week, honey.
Well, thank you, honey, and everybody, so stay tuned for next week. We're going to bring some more tea, honey. I have the fabulous and the amazing Psychic Leo Brown giving you all of entertainment's political, just all girl talk, honey. So that's all the time we have for today. Thank you, darling. Again, double kisses. Thank you for all of your chat with us here on the show. We definitely appreciate it and love it.
Thank you, boo.
All right, we'll talk next week, love. All right, bye-bye. Today, I have a gendered fluid artist. I literally fell in love with this artist because we have a mutual friend who did a music video and was the leading man on this individual's new single, who's taking the internet by storm. And that's what put me on to the artist, and I absolutely fell in love with him and the music. So I'm sure you guys are going to do it too. So I have him all the way from New York calling in on the phone, honey. Give a big love bug welcome to the amazing Robert Garcia. Hey, boo.
Hey, baby.
How are you, love?
I'm doing amazing. And you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking, honey. I was excited about this interview because when Jay told me about, that he was doing a music video, and I was, as a videographer myself and somebody who's been in this business, I was completely impressed with not only the quality of the video, but the turnaround. I felt like he shot it on a Sunday and it was released on Monday.
It was amazing. It was so exciting. And oh my God, and it was amazing working with him. He's great.
That's what's up. So let's find out a little bit about you, honey. I got a list of some questions for you, darling. So here's how old are you, my love?
I am 24 years old. I feel like 80 though, because I work a lot.
Okay. So you're 24 years young, and how long have you been doing music?
So I've been doing music honestly all my life. Since I was about 7 years old, that's when I started writing music. And I remember I had this new book where I used to write I'll get to like a chorus and then I'll start writing a whole new song. And
right.
It was just something that I just always did and always loved to do as well.
Okay. So now let me ask you this. What is, for those that don't know, what is gendered fluid mean?
So gender fluid is honestly, it's being gender non-confirmed. So it's someone who really believes that, you can actually be, in quotes I'll say, in between. Not want to be a male all the time and not be a female all the time. The reality is that we live in a society where they put so many views on what your gender should look like.
Right.
Someone who's gender fluid really just doesn't care and just does it as they go and as we take our journey on this earth. Because not for nothing, I've been so much happier just being free, where if I want to be a man today, I could be a man. If I want to put on a dress tomorrow, I could do that too. And I live it courageously because the reality is this is my life, and eventually people are just gonna accept it and take it for what it is.
And you know what? I just want to say I commend you because I personally I love the art of drag. I think that the trans community is an amazing community to me. I think the whole thing is just an amazing experience. And for someone such as yourself, who it took me, you're 24-ish, you said, we're going to just not keep repeating the age, honey, because I feel like a dinosaur. I'll be 39, and I am just finally living my comfortable skin. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so I'm in awe, honey. So if you can learn anything from what Robert just said, be who you gonna be. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna either accept you or they're not gonna accept you. And if they don't accept you, then you know what? They're not for you.
Amen.
They're not for you.
And the reality is that if you work on who you are as an individual, people don't care about the characters, if that makes sense. They don't care about your shell. They don't care about all that, because the reality is that they're trying to get to know you for you. And if they want to work with you, they don't care how beautiful you are. And I had to learn that, because sometimes when you're experiencing your own gender fluidity,
right,
it's almost like you almost get lost in, oh my God, I'm bad like this, I'm cute. Like it's deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you can't come off as a fraud because ain't nobody like a fraud.
Okay. Now let me ask you, do you relate, when you're recording music, do you relate it to your gender fluid lifestyle or artistry, or is it just music? Whereas if you, to say, which would lead me to my next question, I'm going to ask you, if you was ever to decide, you know what, I want to be a full-time woman and transition, Okay,
Gotcha.
would your music still have the same meaning, or do you really take the category of that whole gendered fluid and say, you know what, I want to wake up today and be a man. I want to, because your voice is very, very, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And you're not trying to be something you're not. So how do you incorporate all that in your artistry?
So the first thing is when it comes to would I ever, and I'm going to switch the questions on because I got a lot to say when it comes to the music, but when it comes to if I would ever want to be a woman full time, honestly, I can say no. Not because I think it's, you know, something bad. I love the fact that we live in a world where you can actually choose your gender.
Hello.
I think that's beautiful. But in my case, it's almost like that's what makes me keep on going. The fact that I can become these two individuals or same individual, but give these two almost flip-flop it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, listen. I agree, and I think that because everybody asks me all the time, because they very rarely see me out of drag. They be like, "Oh, she's a tranny," and you know, I take that as a compliment, because if we can wake up and be a dude, and then get up in, and they think I'm a female, I done what I did, my illusion, my job. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I'm agreeing with you. Would I ever transition? At this point in my life, I would say no, but I can never not say what's going to happen in the future, because the future is the future. But I couldn't imagine. I don't like medicine and I don't like things in my body, so I couldn't imagine putting myself through all of the surgeries and the hormones and all of that. I just personally don't think, because I'm very hypochondriatic. You know what I mean? I'm like, I get a headache and I'm like, I'm going to die. You know what I mean? I get a bruise on my leg. I said, oh my God, my leg got to get cut off. So those are my reasonings behind it, you know?
And I love that. And that's exactly how I feel. And that's kind of where it goes for me. And that's where it's going to stay, because honestly, I've been lucky enough with a family and just an all-around support system that if I wanted to become a duck tomorrow, I could be a damn duck.
Quack! Okay. That's a wonderful analogy. No, I agree. And that's how, I have a supporting family too, and most people don't. So what pronouns do you identify to, and are they important to you? Because I didn't even know. I do have a reality web series that I do with Mr. and Mrs. Gay Western Mass, and we were at a function, which was an LGBTQ high school dance, and I got put on to pronouns, how important they are to the youth, and they and he's and she's, and for me, everybody's a she, whether you're a guy or a girl. I'm like, hey girl. So, do you relate to a certain pronoun, or?
So honestly, I personally do prefer he. Now the only reason why is because he is who Robert Garcia is, right? Let's be honest. From when you meet me, if you call me he, I'm like, ooh, you know me. That's it. That's not the question.
Right.
So now I don't feel like I have to kind of go over that hump. But the reality is that with what I do, I want to do it so well where sometimes you only see she, or sometimes you ain't even know what was happening. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Is Robert Garcia your real name?
Yes, Robert Garcia is my born name. That's my daddy's name. He gave it to me.
And you're going to keep
I'm
it.
not a junior because we did it out here, but but yeah, Robert Garcia, that's always been my name.
So do you think being a gender fluid artist is harder to break into the music industry? And I want to bring this up because recently Jaden Smith, Will Smith's son, is the new model and the new face of Versace and all these other high fashion couture labels as a gendered fluid artist. So that's why I was a little bit confused, because it's everything. But when I see you, I see gender fluid, honey. I see somebody who, you know what I mean, you give me a woman, but you still give me the masculinity of how you want to portray. When I see Jaden Smith, I see a man, a boy. I see a boy.
All right. I love it.
So I don't know. So that's what was kind of a little puzzling to me. I'm like, okay, when I see you, yeah, you may have a little locks in your hair, honey, but when I see your face beat down for the gods, honey, and then you wearing a skirt, then I can say you gender fluid. You see what I'm saying?
I feel you.
But hey, look. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think you're right in the sense of, like, there's definitely different kinds of it. But for the most part, I feel like what he's really portraying is exactly the almost
journey.
Fairness, yeah, this journey, because the reality is that me being a New York recording artist, if I couldn't beat my mug like I did, I would have been figuring out what dress I'm going to wear and how I'm going to fit. You know what I'm saying? I would have figured something out.
Right. So,
or maybe he doesn't want to invest in that. But I think it's more of him just being able to almost combine two genders, and I'm just excited that he's using his platform to do that.
right. No, that's a big, huge plus for the gender fluid community. Now, what does a perfect world look like to Robert Garcia?
Robert Garcia's perfect world is I can, first of all, get my beauty sleep.
Ah!
Because since I've been working on this album and on my concert, when I tell you my sleep habits are horrible. And honestly, doing music is everything. And also a world for me where people aren't ashamed of
My BGF, Ruben Alexander, a.k.a. La Beba. Girl, she got so many other names. I'm going to let her tell you, girl. Hold on. Girl, who are you?
Honey, it is the Puerto Rican princess from the north. Honey, what matters is I am the biggest fan of Miss Beauty Androgynous. I live Miss Beauty famous.
Right. I was just telling her, we were just talking about the music. And that's why I was like, this would be a perfect time to kind of tie you in, because I know that you're a huge supporter of what he does. And what is it about the music for you, Ruben, that touches you in the way that you, as a person who listens to it? Because she was just telling me that whether she's gender fluid or not, you can relate to her music, whether you're gender fluid, gay, trans, bi, because everybody relates to either being broke, hurt. You know what I mean? Is that what kind of you got from the...
Exactly. It comes to words. Words, there's no gender to words, and the words that come out her mouth and or his mouth, whatever, whatever gender fluid you want to go with. But it's just the words. It's just the taps into somebody's soul, and it's just like, he's like that voice. He's the voice for us. So I can adapt to the music, and it's that last song, that came out, it's just like, it was everything that it was like, oh, I don't have to wait. It's like, it's just like the place where I live.
And when I saw you, Robert, when we're in the car and we put it on, I'm sure you've seen the videos. I'm surprised he hasn't performed your song yet.
I waited for permission. I got my paperwork.
Say,
I absolutely love that video, first and foremost. Like, I was just excited as hell. And then I was with my boyfriend, I remember I put my phone on. That's why it took me so long to actually catch it.
right.
I was like, oh shoot. When I thought I got so excited, he was like, you were such a weirdo. But I got so excited because you was giving me so much life in that video. I was so excited.
Are you talking about the video we've uploaded on Facebook?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He does that. And I'm sure we're actually getting up with Jay today. Jay's on his way to grab everybody, and we're heading back to the same place. So I'm sure you'll be seeing another video. No, we have so much fun to your music in the car, and I love it because Ruben knows every single word, and he be getting into it. Like, he be like, you don't have to wait. I'm like...
I've been to so many things, and honestly, and it's crazy because I'm not a rapper, but then beauty androgyny always drives me crazy.
Right.
It gives me life. That's all I can say, honey. It gives me life, honey. It's like the foundation for me, honey. I live for your music. Continue doing what you gotta do. I love you. You already know from Facebook, I am a #1 supporter of everything you do. And reach for the stars, baby, because I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I got some good stuff for you. I promise.
All right.
Yes.
Hey, Ruben.
Can't wait to have you live. Can't wait to have you live.
Yeah, no, we're going to go. Ruben. Listen, not to cut y'all short, but Ruben, we're going to go to her concert in June, but call Jay because he's calling my phone right now. He might be in front of your house.
He just pulled up to my driveway. We just buzzed him and he's driving up the driveway.
Okay, well, do that because he's calling my phone and I don't want to cut her off. So I'll see you in a little bit, and we're going to make sure to have a Kiki at our concert in June in New York.
Yes, and I love you, beauty.
All right.
Continue doing what you're doing, baby, and don't be a stranger. Stay in contact. Love you.
All right, bye. So no, honestly, we heard of them, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just, this is gonna be like a very brief phone interview that I'm doing with Robert, because I honestly committed to myself I'm going to be front row at his concert, and I would love to bring my camera, and I would love to sit down with you and get a first-hand exclusive with you in the back. And to me, that'd be a lot more personal when we're sitting in the same room, honey, and we can really have a kiki. I'll bring Ruben, we'll bring Jay, you know, we'll just have like a little reminisce. So to end this up real quick, because I have more questions for her, I promise, but this is like such a girl kind of, our boy girl, you know what, we used to just have in the moment, honey. And we will be on this phone forever. So just let everybody know about where they can find you, about your tour, your concert, and then I will bring you a part 2, I promise you. My season finale is going to be all about her. That I promise you.
Yes, I live for that. Well, y'all can definitely, first of all, Beauty325 is my Instagram. You can always get inspired there. But about this big, amazing concert that I'm doing. So I'm headlining for the Duplex on Christopher Street, June 16th, you guys. I'm so excited because it's my first headlining show, and this is going to be big. So,
big!
That's us.
So June 16th.
I love it.
Right, no, you said June 16th, the Duplex, it's in the Christopher Street, it's in the Village. It's going to be his first headlining show. I'll get it right, honey, because just to me, I call my brother. I'll be like, girl, can you get me that? He'd be like, no, boy can go get you that. So that's just me. But no, so the 16th, and I promise you, I'm going to bring you an exclusive sit down with Robert Garcia. And then by the time that I sit down with him, you're going to get a first-hand experience of what it is to headline a show. And then he'll have more updates on his album and what's going on. But you can find him online. Follow him. His Instagram pops. His Facebook pops. I share his stuff all the time. So you can go ahead. What's your website? Is it thebeautygarcia.com?
Yes, it's www.robertbeautygarcia.com.
So www.robertbeautygarcia.com. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put a link on my website to his website. So if you go to the LarraineShow.com, then you can go right to him. All right, love, thank you for taking this interview. And I promise you, June, we will be in the building.
Yes, I'm so excited. Get your tickets.
Girl, listen, I'm going to get my tickets early, girl. Like I said, we're going to get them early. If you see somebody throwing their panties at you, it's me. All right, love, thank you for taking this time, okay? Be good.
Thank you so much. You too.
You're welcome. God bless. Bye-bye. So everyone, that was Robert Garcia. I promise you, I'm going to make my season finale about this because I really believe in what he's doing. I think that his artistry is superb. It's amazing. And he actually has an amazing voice. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. This is my 5th season, everyone. And I am amazed by the amount of support. Again, you can always continue that support at www.facebook.com/The Larraine Bow Show or visit my website www.larraineshow.com and drop your feedback, honey. Until next time, double kisses, love you, and love everyone around you, honey.
We don't care what you think.